Hello, everybody, and listen. What is it like right now? About almost 12 o'clock. Well, shit, really about 12 o'clock around here at night. And listen, I know I'm late on this review, but I was there at the Windy City Riot show tonight. Now, as for Battle of the Belts, maybe I'll do a review on that tomorrow whenever I watch the show. But I want to come back and give my initial feedback on Windy City Riot. I did go to the show tonight, Chicago, Illinois. It was at Big Card, New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is my first ever New Japan Pro Wrestling show I've ever went to be honest. And I've always wanted to go to one. And I'm glad it was here. I knew about it a few months ago. It was coming to Chicago. My brother actually told me, about it. And honestly, I kind of in a way, went for free technically because it was a birthday gift. My birthday was a few months ago, but my brother helped get the tickets and everything because, to get to the show because, today, April the 16th and whatnot, that's tonight, the show was happening. But yeah, I had already knew this a couple months in advance and I had some good seats too. Now, I do want to post clips on YouTube, but I don't know if, New Japan with them and copyrights and stuff. To what I've always seen, I don't know if I really want to post those or even photos and whatnot because I feel like those will get really taken down easily and stuff. So I don't know if I want to do that because I had some good footage, especially to where I was sitting because I was on the floor seats to see this show, and that's a pretty good seats because I went, my brother went, and his friend went. Okay, apparently his friend was the one that kind of organized the whole ticket things and stuff, getting tickets and stuff. So, but yeah, we were like on the hard cam side of the whole, you know, where you can see everything, but at least I guess not where you can see the crowd. Okay, we're on the opposite side and stuff. But honestly, it was a real full house. A lot of people. The ODM Expo Center, I believe, holds about 2,500 to 5,000 people. I want to say at least maybe 2,500 people. I'm not really sure. Now, I have been to the ODM Expo Center before, okay? I was there a few years ago for Bound for Glory back in 2019. I think I've told that story before. You can go look at my review for that because honestly, I was lost throughout that whole trip because it was my first time going there and I had literally no idea what the fuck I was doing getting to that whole show. Trust me. It was a lot of twists and turns I had to go through, and somehow I still made it to that show on time even for the pre-show and stuff. And I enjoyed Bound for Glory at the time, even though during that time when I was at that building, because listen, I know Ring of Honor has always done a lot of shows out of the ODM Expo Center and stuff. I remember Bound for Glory being a full house too. Um, to what I remember, I don't know if anything was tarped off at the time, but I know it was a full house though. I do know that. But this tonight though, this show for New Japan, like I said, it took like an hour to get there, given that I actually drove this time and stuff. But we left at least like about 4:45 p.m. today, and we got there around 6:30. Now I'm thinking to myself, hey, they probably would have opened the building at about 6 o'clock or maybe 5:30, given that there was a dark match on the show. I do know about that. It was a dark match, which we did miss, by the way. I think it was like something to do with Wheeler Yuta and Rocky Romero going against like the DKC. And listen, I don't watch New Japan Strong a lot, so I don't know everything that's going on there. But yeah, it was like the DKC and Kevin Knight. So we already missed that because listen, it was a long line to get in there. Okay, very long. So like I said, I thought they would have let people in the building at about 5:30 or at least 6 o'clock, but apparently not. Okay, because we had to get through the parking. There's a lot of cars to get in, like a lot of cars just to even get a parking spot. So you had to wait in the line, go through the lot, pay $10 for parking, find a parking space, and then it was this long ass line that was wrapped around the building. Because listen, last time I went, I just walked in the building. It was a little line, but not as long as the line as this, and we had to wait in that for a minute. And don't get me wrong, they end up scanning the tickets and drop my water, scanning the tickets, and we end up going in the building and stuff. So I missed the pre-show match, and when the regular first match started, I had looked up on my phone because I'm like, well, it's already 7 o'clock, so I better see what's going on. And QT Marshall and them, I didn't even know they were on the card, to be honest, but QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, Camarato, Agogo, Solo, Camarato, Agogo. You already know the joke behind that. And stuff. They went against Carl Fredericks, Yua Uemura, and Clark Connors. I saw most of you know, most of that match. I know QT and them won and stuff, so not like I said, it wasn't a bad match. Mostly they were just going against the Young Lions, the Los Angeles Young Lions, I should say. I know Yomura is on excursion right now, but I know Yomura got pinned by QT. So I guess QT and them getting a win some type of show because they usually just job out to everybody on AEW TV and stuff. And listen, I'm just going about a live perspective I was at, especially to where I was sitting and saw because I did hear people that did watch the show tonight streaming it. I heard it was a lot of technical issues going on, audio issues, camera issues, which this has happened before. Every time New Japan does these shows in America, it's like they can't get the audio stuff right. And it was on Fight TV also, it wasn't even on New Japan World. You have to watch it on Fight TV, especially for English commentary, because I did end up seeing Kevin Kelly and Matthew Redwall at least halfway through the show. I couldn't see him and where I was sitting, so I actually looked around to see where the announcers were sitting at. So maybe commentary did go out well because when I did pull up the stream at first while I was outside, I didn't really hear commentary. So I guess it was already, just issues with audio and stuff. And like I heard it was a lot of technical glitches throughout the night. Whoever was watching this show, but the first tag match wasn't a bad match or anything with QT and them. Next was Fred Wasser, yes, formerly known as Darren Young, Chris Dickinson, who just signed with New Japan, I believe, Josh Alexander from Impact, Alex Koloff, and Ren Narita. Some more young boys right there. Went against Team Filthy, Danny Limelight, Jor-El Nelson, J.R. Kratos, Black Tiger, and Royce Isaacs. Royce Isaacs, like I said, I know a lot of these guys on the New Japan Strong show. A chaotic, I would say, 10-man tag on here. There was a lot of people in this 10-man tag, by the way. I know people did go nuts when they saw, Koloff and J.R. Kratos in the ring, especially Alex Koloff lifting J.R. Kratos. So, just to get the big man down. Fred Rosser ended up beating Black Tiger by submission, making him tap out and stuff. So it was a lot of stuff going on in this tag match. Just spot fest if you want to just go on from that. But wasn't a bad match though. Just a big spot fest. But as everybody's still brawling outside, and Ross still got the submission hold in. The New Japan Strong champion or Strong Openweight champion, because I know New Japan Strong does have a title, and Tom Lawler's held that belt for a good minute now. But yeah, they start beating down Rosser. Yuji Nagata came out then, basically making a save, and he got on the mic and he challenged Tom Lawler to, for the Strong Openweight title and put it on the line. Lawler agreed, so we did get a match with Tom Lawler and Nagata. First time ever seeing Yuji Nagata live in person, I should say. So, like I said, it's my first New Japan show, so it's a lot of guys that you watch on New Japan in general. You're finally seeing them live. Nagata, he still got some go in him, okay? Him and Lawler was not a bad match. Tom Lawler did get the win, though. I know he had a chokehold in, which I guess was also a pin also, or he made Nagata tap out. He did get the win from there, beating Nagata, even mocking him, doing this, little blue justice thing and stuff. But, Lawler did get the win over Yuji Nagata, just holding down with the chokehold and stuff. Like I said, Tom Lawler, former MMA guy, so obviously he's going to use those holds to take him out. The United Empire got a pretty good pop out there. The new IWGP Tag Team Champions, Jeff Cobb and Great O'Karn. TJP, Aaron Henare, and Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis. I believe they are Aussie Open from Rev Pro. I think Mark Davis was on New Japan not that long ago, in Japan, basically saying he is going to be part of the best of the Super Juniors coming up soon. So we do know that. But yeah, United Empire had a pretty good pop out there. I was surprised that the whole United Empire was even going to be on this show, because I'm like, yeah, we know the ones in Japan. Like I said, mostly if you just watch the New Japan, just the Japan part of it, you usually know it's just going to be Will Ospreay, O'Karn, Cobb, and Hanari out there. But, they do have other people in the, group, as in TJ Perkins. We know he's been part of United Empire for a while. Like I said, you got to watch the New Japan Strong show. I don't know when Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis, the Aussie Open, joined, so I don't really know about that. But they're in it also. But yeah, they had some pretty good big cheers out there. They did go against Bullet Club. which was the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, excuse me, Chris Bay, Hikuleo, which I guess God's brother turned on him or something, and he ended up joining back with Bullet Club. I thought he would have joined up with God to help them, but since it looks like all the Bullet Club turned on God, even their younger brother, if I'm not mistaken, is supposed to be Hikuleo. He turned on him too. And Scott Norton, folks, WCW, former IWGP champion, NWO member. I was surprised he was even here. Okay, Scott Norton, folks. I really would never really think I would see Scott Norton live in general at this point in time. Okay, I don't remember watching that much of him in WCW when he was in the NWO and stuff, but I'm like Scott Flash Norton, like, and he was pretty big in New Japan. Like I said, the guy was big in Japan. I do know that. And stuff. So Scott Norton, big name. He had a pretty good pop out there coming out to the Bullet Club. But they even announced that yes, Carl Anderson saying like he's an official member of the Bullet Club now and stuff, and everything. So yeah, he's in there. This match, this wasn't bad. I know, of course, I know they had Chris Bay and TJP start off first, just a lot of chain wrestling, spot back after spot and stuff. I think one big thing that everybody wanted to see was Scott Norton and Jeff Cobb, which, they start hitting suplexes and no selling each other then. Even fans was chanting, "You still got it," to Scott Norton. I don't really even know how old Scott Norton is at this point, but Scott Norton held his own out there, okay? I know he no-sold and stuff, but he was still hitting hitting moves and doing something. So he did something, okay? He did something out there. I know they did this whole rake spot on TJP, and I know everything. Like, there was a lot of chaotic spot fest stuff going on, especially with Aussie Open going after ELP, El Phantasmo and Chris Bay out there. I know there was a big square off, and I'm sure everybody went nuts. And listen, from where I was sitting in the crowd going, they did go nuts for O'Karn and Jeff Cobb facing off with Gallows and Anderson, given I guess they will fight for the IWGP Tag Team titles one day. But the Aussie Open ended up getting a win over Chris Bay. So yeah, United Empire went over Bullet Club here. I know Great O'Karn got on the microphone and basically announced to all the United Empire members before we go on to the next match. Next, now this was a wild one. The Chicago Street Fight. Jonah Shane Haste, formerly known as Slapjack, folks. Slapjack is back. And Bad Dude Tito, I don't know much about him. They went against Finn Juice, which apparently this may be Juice Robinson's last day in the company, to what I've kind of read today. I don't know how much of that is true, if this was his last night in New Japan, but I was hearing about that. It could be Juice Robinson's last night here. And Brody King, folks, I'm sure hopefully he's doing better since the backlash after talking about Edge. But this match was insane. And I don't know how much the cameras kept up with this. I heard, once again, a lot of audio issues and stuff. But they were all dressed ready for a fight. Okay, chair battle they start coming out with. And stuff. Crowds going nuts. And stuff, we got a fire extinguisher. It was just a lot going on in this. Okay, like people were just brawling all over the place. All right, it was just going on. Fans chanting, "We want tables." And there was one point, and this was like the best time I got up to go to the bathroom, and the worst time. So I go to the bathroom, right, a little bit through this match. And before I go to the bathroom, next thing I know, the brawl is actually over here. It's like Juice Robinson and Bad Dude Tito, like right by the bathroom. So I'm like, you know what? I can hold on, before I go to the bathroom because I really had to go. But I'm like, I can hold it for a few more minutes. So these guys are brawling, and then they brawl the concession stand, and these guys like just throwing food, like just beating the shit out of each other here. Like they're fighting in the stands. And when I left, because once they walked away and I came back from the bathroom, they were actually where my seats were, and it's like this almost could have been crashed into earlier, damn near, because they were like throwing each other around where I was sitting at, and it was a fire extinguisher once again. It was a lot of just like insanity going on in there, but they ended up getting back to the ring. I know they got a ladder involved. Jonah hitting a big splash, his big tsunami splash. I think onto Brody King through the ladder. I believe it was him or either Juice. Because like I said, I can only see so much. They don't have another screen where you can see everything. It was only one screen, so I'm only seeing from so far, and I gotta stand on a chair half the time just at least see as much as I can. Okay, so I'm trying to see as much as I can throughout this entire show to where I'm sitting at. But we got more weapons, we got more chairs in the. They start throwing a whole bunch of chairs in the ring, so of course I was gonna get an ECW chant and stuff. Kendo sticks involved. Um, I know everybody ended up like did like suplex and big moves off the turnbuckle to hit each other onto those chairs and stuff. But after they had the chairs and everything. What was it then? I know they brought in a door. Okay, it was a big door. Then they brought in Jonah brought up and sat it on the side. So obviously something was gonna happen with this big door. Cause like when everybody's almost damn near outside the ring, I know Juice ended up hitting a spear. I think it was on the bad dude Tito to go through the ladder. I meant the ladder, but through the door they put in the ring, so the door broke. Um, Next thing you know, Jonah has a sledgehammer in. So Triple H, I guess, NXT and everything hits Finley with it, like Triple H. He was gonna smash the Shillelagh then, cause Finley got the Shillelagh. David Finley, his family and stuff. We already know who Finley is, but Juice stopped them. He hit Jonah with the Pulp Friction move. Finley hit his sliced bread or acid drop and stuff. And whatnot. Then they took the shillelagh and he started beating the hell out of Jonah with it, and finally pinning him for the win. So, like I said, this was a wild and crazy freaking brawl. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how much it came off on the feed. Like I said, I know it was a lot of glitches and stuff and audio issues. I don't know how much it caught up with on commentary, but to everything what I see, even it being so close to me, it was a just crazy brawl all over the place. Like I said, at least they had a video package to tell the story, because they Jonah and them did beat up Finley's brother. But like I said, I don't know if this is Juice's last night in the company and that, so we'll see what happens with him if he's still with New Japan by tomorrow and stuff. But after that Chicago street fight, they did clean up a little until we went to Jay White for the US of J challenge. And I'm like, who is Jay White's opponent gonna be? And then they go to a video of Jon Moxley basically saying, go get him, Shooter. And Shooter, Shota Umino, if anybody remembers when Jon Moxley got to New Japan there first and he entered the G1. If you remember Dominion, he did wrestle Shota Umino for the IWGP US title, and he started carrying Shota Umino around, making him his personal young boy and everything. So go back and look at the whole G1. He mostly did a lot of tag matches with Moxley and basically carried him around and kind of taught him stuff and everything. So Shooter and whatnot. I'm like, oh, Shooter. I'm like, Shota Umino, Red Shoes son. I'm like, yeah, he used to hang with Mox all the time and just, carry his jacket and stuff. But I heard he's been on excursion in Rev Pro for the past couple of years now. So I don't know what much he's really done over there in Rev Pro. But it was nice to see him again. The guy looked pretty much bigger. Some people actually thought it was Tanahashi giving by his gear and stuff. But him and Jay White wasn't a bad match out there. And stuff. You already knew he was gonna win and everything, but it wasn't a bad match. And Umino, some would say a plucky face out there, um, and stuff. Just trying to try to fight out if you can to take on Jay White, but Jay White ended up getting the win. No Blade Runner from out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Jay White looked like he was gonna say something on the mic, but no, he dropped the microphone and he left. And just two sweets all over the place. Okay, but yeah, Jay White got the win from there. Next, Minoru Suzuki versus Tomohiro Ishii. A match sometimes I feel like I've seen way too many times in New Japan, but god damn it, every time they do a match, it always ends up being fantastic, and these two beat the living hell out of each other. As Kevin Kelly said in the video package, two guys that like to beat the shit out of each other a lot. And, both guys were over, of course. Katsune Inoue chant. Like I said, I have always wanted to see Minoru Suzuki live, and just even against Ishii. It is New Japan guys, but I've always wanted to just kind of be part of the crowd and say Katsune Inoue. And by God, was it loud. what can I say about, fans chanting both these guys? Like I said, the usual forearms and the hard strike forearms they do. Just beat the crap out of each other, and they fight in the ring, out the ring, chairs involved. Just like a lot of stuff. Okay. I'm just trying to name everything I can throughout what I saw in this match, but this was just great. Just strikes, PK kicks, all that stuff, the headbutts and everything. I know somebody had a sign that said "Murder Grandpa" something. Suzuki trying to go for the Gotch style, power driver, but it did not go and stuff. Ishii fighting out of it. But after they both kept trying to dodge each other's finisher and everything, trying to go for the brain buster Ishii did, but Suzuki went for the sleeper and stuff, trying to go for the gotch, but Ishii ended up getting the brain buster and winning the match. So, like I said, when it comes to these two, they're gonna deliver a great match in general. Okay, whether Ishii or Suzuki, especially against each other, you know how crazy it's gonna be. You know how crazy the crowd is gonna go. Even whatever Japan, America, it's going to be a damn great match, and the fans love this match. Okay, probably one of the best matches out of the whole night. So, um, just insane. And then Suzuki beat up, I guess, some of the young boys that were around before he went backstage. Ishii was still in the ring, and then next thing you know, Eddie Kingston making a surprise. So Eddie Kingston was here tonight in New Japan Pro Wrestling. You got a big Eddie chant in. Um, and stuff. And he told Ishii, you're an amazing match, amazing fighter and everything. Strong style pitbull. You were trained by Tenru and Ricky Chosu, two men that, he idolizes. But yes, you are strong style. But Kingston said, I live, breathe, and walk the King's Road. And I challenge you. Washington, D.C., May 14th. And they both had a stare now. So yeah, Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii. And I believe it's the Capital Collision show for New Japan when they, go to Philly, if I'm not mistaken. So, um, that's going to go down. But in the main event, we did get Jon Moxley versus Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay coming out with all his United Empire guys, the whole crowd, the whole crew was out there. Jon Moxley not knowing where he was going to come from. Honestly, I thought he was going to come from behind us and everything from one of the curtains. We even saw Jay White stick his head out at one point talking to somebody, so I did see that. But Moxley and Ospreay already fighting in the crowd, and this was a bloody fight. Okay, two guys with two different types of styles. With Moxley being a brawler, Ospreay, what's kind of toned down the high flying stuff. Still a high flyer, but more in the heavyweight side nowadays. But man, these guys beat the hell out of each other. Okay, Ospreay was killing fucking Moxley out here at one point. Like this guy's throwing an Os cutter onto the apron and stuff, throwing, already had Moxley bleeding like maybe the first 5 minutes after throwing a chair at his head and stuff. So he was already bleeding. Ospreay using the blood, just wiping it on himself, you know, and whatnot. But after, kind of headbutting Moxley, cutting his own head and everything. Like I said, it was just what else I can name about this match. I know Ospreay was in a lot of control, trying to go for the whole that Stormbreaker, or at least the Os Cutter, which we saw several attempts at that, by the way. But Moxley hitting him with like just big clotheslines or just German suplexes, catching him at one point, dodging the Os Cutter, and hitting him with a big German. Then after that, trying to put him into the Regal stretch, I think at one point. Even hit him with a curb stomp, still a 2 count. What else? Even caught Ospreay, even hit him with a Death Rider midair. But Ospreay got right back up and did a hidden blade. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of no-selling and, just the whole fighting spirit thing when it comes to New Japan. So expect a lot of that. But, both guys start punching each other in the head. Both are just bleeding out there. Mox getting out of the way of the hidden blade and everything, trying to go for another suplex. Ospreay doing that thing. We know, what is that? Like, go for that power bomb and everything. That always looks good after shit, what is it called? But there's a whole Spanish fly flip over and hit you with a power bomb. That always looked big. I know he tried to go for another hidden blade. It did not work. He tried to get the Stormbreaker in, but Moxley got out of it. I know he, like I said, was a curb stomp, but then he hit him with like a Death Rider in the end, and then he hit him with a big elevated Death Rider. But here's the thing, and I know I didn't see this well enough given I was there, and I went to look at back and look up the clip. Ospreay did kick out at the last second of the Death Rider by Moxley, and then he tried to put him in a submission hold, but the match was already over while he was tapping out. So a controversial finish right here, and everything. So because it really did look like Ospreay did kick out at 2. Okay, and this almost goes back like what back in the New Japan Cup not that long ago with him and Zack Sabre Jr. about him saying he didn't tap, but the referee did say he tapped. But now it's like Ospreay kicked out, but was it a bad call by the ref then? Because Ospreay did after tried to call to Moxley trying to get him again, but the United Empire members tried to get him out of there and stuff. And I'm sorry, a little hungry too. But I'm trying to do this review the best I can. But also, like I said, kind of a screwy finish right there in a way. But because even the crowd looked confused to where I was at. Like, okay, so was this a bullshit finish or what? Like, what happened here? Because Ospreay did kick out at 2 at the last second. So what's really gonna happen here now? Huh? What's really gonna happen? But right after that, then as the United Empire got Ospreay out of there, Moxley on the microphone saying that Will Ospreay, he's willing to give him a rematch. He said he's a tough son of a bitch. I thought he was just some entitled brat, but he said this motherfucker's got some heart. But talked about New Japan then. So people all New Japan that's been ducking him and stuff because he's an Ospreay has guts. But then he talked about Tanahashi. You've been ducking me for the past 3 years now, and I've run out of patience and respect for you, and all that stuff. So he's challenging them to a match in Washington D.C. at the next show. And listen, to sign the contract, or I'll just drag you to D.C. By your stupid fucking ponytail, because because that's not going to be enough. There's going to be a new ace around here in New Japan, motherfuckers, before, he walked up and, walked up the stage, and that was the end of the show. And then from there, and I'm sure it went off the air after that. But Moxley, of course, getting another warning to Tanahashi. A lot of people been waiting for this match for a while now, so will it actually happen next month? We'll see. But, as we, like I said, overall, I enjoyed the show. I had a fun-ass time. It's my first time ever going to a New Japan show. I loved it, okay? I had a great time. It was a long show. Went from like 7 all the way to like, what, 10:30, 40 something. I know Kevin Kelly and Matthew Redwalk walked by also. I guess they were leaving the commentary table, just saying hello to fans and stuff. But I enjoyed this show. I'm glad they had some names that we actually know. I know New Japan is, kind of opening things nowadays. I know it's still a little hectic over there when it comes to COVID in Japan, but I know they're letting more people in, but they are letting more talent travel to America right now, too. Because, like, we have some names on here, okay? From Bullet Club to Moxley to the United Empire to Nagata to Suzuki to Ishii. Like I said, several people from either Impact or AEW that was here. People from the New Japan Strong Show. I don't watch a lot of the Strong Show, but I do know who some of these guys are and stuff. But they had some names on here. Good to see Shota Umino once again. Like I said, I haven't really heard about him. He's in the Rev Pro promotion nowadays, but I know him as Shooter being Moxley's young boy and stuff. But I enjoyed this show. It's one thing I always say. Getting to the building is one thing, getting out is another thing. Took a little bit longer to get out of the parking lot. It was hectic. But, hey, saw Brody King walk by, though. I guess on his way out of the, I guess to the next town or whatever show they got for AEW next week. So, we saw him walk by. But, overall, it was a very fun show. I enjoyed Windy City Riot. I'm glad I got to go. Like I said, I finally went to a New Japan Pro Wrestling show. Very big crowd, a loud crowd, very enjoyable. Fans was just going nuts for stuff out there. Um, like I said, the best things out of the whole night was the main event. Um, Suzuki and Ishii. I thought the Chicago Street Fight was a wild ass brawl out there. Those are like some of my best things I got to see throughout the night. Okay, so those were really great. Hey, it was great to see Scott Norton out there. Okay, come on, I never really thought I would ever see Scott Norton wrestle live, but him being out there with Bullet Club was pretty good too. So I enjoyed the Windy City Riot show, okay? I may go back to watch a little of it, but like I said, I heard there was a lot of technical difficulty feeds and audio issues and stuff, but I will check it out if they have the English commentary on there with Kevin Kelly and Matthew Redwalt and stuff. But like I said, there was a lot more people in this building than I expected. It was a huge crowd, huge turnout and stuff. So I will try to go back and check out the show when I can, mostly tomorrow. I will watch that Battle of the Belt show tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a review for it. I don't know. But I had to make sure I did a review sometime tonight about Windy City Riot. I don't know when this will be uploaded. It'll be uploaded at some point tonight, folks. I don't know when, but it'll be there. I'm still posting stuff on clips and pictures on Twitter and everything. Go check that out at Hooded Knight 890 on Twitter. Check that out. But other than that, I'm out of here. I'm going to go eat something, and I am going to sleep right after I upload this video, okay? So I will see you guys later. I'm out of here. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter once again and at Hooded Knight 890 if you want to see more clips and pictures of my trip to Windy City Riot. Go check that out right now. But I'm out of here. I will see you guys then. Peace.